Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Gunshine State. I'm your host, Craig DeLuz, and we're talking firearms. We're talking firearms policy, politics, culture, media, you name it. We're talking about it right here in the great state of Florida. So please take a moment, like and share the program so that your friends can know where the conversation is taking place. Also, if you haven't already done so, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. That's right. Also follow us on Instagram and on Twitter, but especially on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you hit the notification button. That way you can get the notifications as soon as we go live, and you can participate in the live chat as the program is going on. Also want to encourage you, if you are not already a member, please become a member of Florida Carry. We are not just a Facebook group. We are not just a Facebook page. We actually are an organization that's advocating for you at the local and state levels to help defend your right to keep and bear arms. But folks, we can't do it without you. We need you to be a part. We need you to join the fight. Become a member today. Once again, just follow the join link in the description to this video. All right, so we are here in Michigan. We're here in Detroit, Michigan. We're here with Rick Ector and LAID, which is Legally Armed in Detroit, and we're working to help train women to, for many of them, most of them, their first experience in ever shooting a firearm, and to help them to get more plugged into the exercise of their Second Amendment rights. And so as a part of that process, I wanted to have on a trainer to kind of talk a little bit about the process and a little bit about what they've been doing. So with that, I want to welcome Patrick to the show. Do me a favor. Tell folks a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
All right. My name is Patrick Collins, and I flew up from Atlanta, Georgia. That's currently where I live at. I'm originally from Boston, and I am a firearms trainer. I partially own a company, and down there in Atlanta, greater Atlanta area.
All right. So what made you, or first of all, how many years have you been coming up and doing training here?
So this is actually my second year doing it. I've been good buddies with Rick Ector for probably about 6 or 7 years now, and he's been inviting me every year, and finally I decided to literally pull the trigger and come up.
literally pull the trigger. All right, so tell me, first of all, tell me a little bit about your experience. How has it been? Has it been what you thought? And if so, how? Has it been different than you thought? And if so, how?
So last year we had just over 800 or just over 900 folks attend, and it was a single day event, so it was on a Sunday, weekend after Mother's Day. This year it was 2 days, and the first day alone we nearly increased it by about 50% over what we had last year for the entire day. And here we are on day 2, and it is just nuts out there. There are a lot of folks that have been buying firearms. I'm very happy for them, and I'm glad that I'm having an opportunity to train them.
Now, what's kind of been, have you had a lot of first time shooters?
I would say probably about 95% of the folks are first time shooters, yes.
Mm. Give me some examples of some of the responses that you've got, some of the reactions.
As an instructor, some of you guys that are out there, you know how it's like. It's very exhilarating for them, and you see the excitement, you see the relief, you see the anxiety go down, and once they fire their first shot and they're excited about it, they want to continue on. It's really a great feeling when you're helping them, enabling them to really get through it.
Do you get a chance to talk with them at all about, the right to keep and bear arms and how important, or do they talk with you at all about it?
Sometimes here it's a little fast, but sometimes you do get into side conversations of, hey, what did you think about this, or what did you think about that? The topic issues of reactions and how folks handled it. However, it's really just nice to be able to help them out and really hone in on the skills of firing their firearm for the first time and making sure that they're in a safe environment.
That was the number one thing that we've interviewed a few women, and one of the things they talked about how much how important the instruction was, how important the guidance was to really make them feel comfortable and make them feel safe. And that just goes back to what we talk a lot about, and that's the importance of training. Those of you who own firearms, who don't go out and train, who don't take classes and or go out and train on your own, if you want to feel more comfortable when and if that time ever comes, you need to train. You need to invest in yourself in that way.
Yes, absolutely. I highly recommend training. It's funny, I'm actually a better instructor than I am a shooter. And a lot of people think, oh, you're an instructor, you should shoot really well. I shoot okay, but half the people I train usually shoot better than me.
Is that right?
That's absolutely true.
Well, there you go. So tell me a little bit about how has it been a little bit different up here in Detroit than you thought it would be?
Well, at first I thought that the virus may have impacted the attendance here. However, no, there are folks out here. They want to learn. They have purchased firearms. They want to learn about firearms. They're taking more of a self-enabling, and it is just really, really nice to see them come out and learn in a professional and controlled and safe environment.
I'm also once again finding the diversity, the age range of people who are here, the ethnicity. Just there's people from all different walks of life that are here, and they seem to be having a good time with one another.
Yes, absolutely. It's funny. You see anyone from 12 years old all the way up to 80, even 90. I can't guess how old they are. But you know what? We welcome everybody to come and join this event. It's really a learning experience, and you can never learn too much.
Okay. Now, you're a trainer, so you get a chance to talk with a lot of gun owners, and I'm assuming if people are taking classes, then they're serious gun owners. How often do you get a chance to talk with them, or do they talk with you about the Second Amendment and about the importance of advocating for the right to keep and bear arms?
It's really interesting that folks forget about the politics behind the whole gun culture and the gun movement and everybody owning firearms. They forget about the fact that this right can be taken away from us, and it is a right. It's written in the Second Amendment, all right? We should really focus in on that and make sure that we have that moving forward in the future.
Yeah, I cannot stress that enough, folks. I mean, especially for those of you, let's forget the fact, let's not forget it, but let's set aside the fact that this is the Second Amendment is an enumeration of a God-given right, a right that the Second Amendment, by the way, does not give us the right to defend ourselves. That's a right we already had. It says it shall not be infringed, and it's supported by the Second Amendment. It's enumerated, but this is a right that exists beyond the Constitution. But let's set that aside and think about how much you've invested in being a gun owner. How much time you've invested in training, how much time you've invested in ammunition, in your firearms. Don't you think that you should at least invest as much time and as much money in making sure that you can defend that right?
Absolutely. You can never stop learning in this environment, especially when it comes to training. You learn things every day. You even learn how to handle situations, which could be very different. A lot of folks have adapted to this. You think about the riots that we've had recently all across the country. Police are not responding anymore. Whether they're right or wrong, it's really, really important for your own safety to take it within your own hands.
Well, exactly. And as people are doing that, in many places across this country, they're finding just how those infringements, how serious those infringements are. Before, they didn't care because they weren't exercising their right. They hadn't decided to exercise that right, so they didn't see it as an infringement. Then all of a sudden, they decide they want to exercise the right, and then bam, now they're realizing, yeah, there are infringements. They are infringing on my rights.
Yes, that's absolutely true. It's really interesting to see folks, and when they start to say, wait a second, you mean I can't do this or I can't do that? No, you can't, because our rights are slowly being taken away from us and actually liquidated from our ability to protect ourselves and live and enjoy the pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Excellent. So, hey, if folks are in Atlanta, if any of our folks are watching from Atlanta and they are looking for some quality training, how do they find you?
All right. Well, you can look up my company. My company's called GA FASTA, and my name is Patrick. I'm one of the instructors there, and definitely look us up online.
Excellent. Sir, thank you so much. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for giving up your time. We really appreciate, this doesn't happen without instructors being willing to commit and give of themselves, of the people who commit all of the resources, the people who own the ranges, the people who bring the ammo, the folks who donate all of the eyes and the ears and the targets. This thing happens because people who are true believers in the right to keep and bear arms are willing to invest in others. And so you're one of those people, and I just want to thank you. And I know you got a lot more work to do, so we're going to go ahead and let you go.
Yes, Greg. Thank you so much, and I got to get back out there on the range.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Patrick Collins. All right, folks. Well, hey, that's going to be it for this edition of the Gunshine State. We very much appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program, telling your friends about Florida Carry, Florida's premier Second Amendment civil rights advocacy group. Talk to you guys again real soon.